Lagos leads KANO, KADUNA as INEC reveals 87 million Nigerians collected PVCs. Can you imagine? Very fraudulent INEC. I don't trust this INEC at all. INEC has not been able to show that they will not, or to prove that they will not compromise in this election. They are telling us 87 million. We would have had nothing less than 150 million people that would have collected their PVCs. We saw some PVC dumped at Oshodi Gota in Lagos, disenfranchising people from collecting it. And those Oshodi areas are the most areas that most non-natives are staying. Okay, Oshodi, Solo, Amuodof, in all those areas. Yeah? Then we also saw just a few days ago how hunters they discovered bags of PVCs in Inewi forest, in Inewi bush, and brought it out to the community leaders, and they tried to identify the owners right there. Meanwhile, INEC declined statement. Police declined statement. Everybody is being mute about it. Okay, INEC cannot say why those materials were left their own custody and went into the bush. Quite unfortunate, really quite unfortunate. And I think one of the INEC persons is trying to say that those were trashed PVCs. How could they be trashed PVCs? Those PVCs, if there are mistakes in them, are you not supposed to take them back to INEC office in Abuja to be reprinted and errors corrected and then brought back again to give to the right owners? Do they even have the right? Those are confidential, highly secured materials that shouldn't, if they are identity cards. They have people's identities on them. And you took them into the forest, and then, or they left your custody into the forest, and you don't know how, or you're coming to find a word and say they are trash, so that you take Nigerians will not believe that they are trash. Yeah? This INEC say 87 million people collected PVC, when over 150 million would have had access to their PVCs. Quite unfortunate, quite disappointed from Mahmoud Yakubu. He has not been able to prove that there won't be a compromise in this election. I don't think he has been able to also prove that he has full control over his INEC grand staff. Because those INEC grand staff are going to be the worst political thugs that I've ever seen. Those are the people that are trying. I know people have identified those guys that will work at the ground level, at the polling units, and to buy them. I'm telling you, I will not be surprised if issues start coming out that the BVS failed in some areas. Yeah? Quite unfortunate. INEC staff that have been trained to use the BVS are the people that will be bought by politicians to compromise it. That is what I see. And anybody that refuses to compromise, they will treat the daylight out of the person. So Lagos lead KANO Kaduna as INEC reveals 87 million Nigerians collected PVC. That is what Mahmoud is saying here. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has revealed that Lagos State has the highest number of registered voters for the 2023 general election. The electoral umpire disclosed that 87,209,007 voters collected their permanent voters cards out of the country's 93,469,008 registered voters. Can you imagine? So, Nigerian News reports that INEC's National Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, made this known on Thursday during the Commission's daily media briefing. Yakubu put the rate of new PVC collected after the last continuous voter registration exercise at 93%. According to him, a state-by-state breakdown of the collected PVC showed that Lagos led with 6 million votes, 6,214,970 collected voter cards, Kano 5,594,193, while collected PVCs in Kano stood at 4,164,475 cards. He added that the total number of uncollected PVCs stood at 6,250,000 59,229, which is 6.7% as of February 5, 2023. I wish should we believe these statistics? I'm struggling to believe these statistics. These mathematics have been worked from answer to question. That is the truth. He has said it, but I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. What about those ones that have been lost? So let's ask INEC now. Those ones they saw in Oshodi, Solo, Gota, are they counted as the ones that have been received just because they have left INEC custody? The ones that they discovered in Ninewi forest, are they counting those ones as part of the ones that have been received because obviously they left INEC custody? The ones that gunmen attack INEC offices in Olo and in some place in Imo State and in Osun State, okay, are those ones going to be counted as collected ones because those ones also left the custody of INEC, mysteriously? So what are we saying? I don't believe these numbers. Okay. So meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission and security agencies have expressed their readiness for the 2023 general elections. That is how the security agencies have been expressing readiness since after they signed the peace accord with the National Peace Committee. Meanwhile, assassins and killings are still taking place till today. I don't understand these security agencies in Nigeria. As Nigerians prepare to vote for their next leaders, it is expedient for voters to understand electoral offenses and how to avoid them during and after the elections. The offenses and corresponding penalties are contained in the Commission's Electoral Offenses and Penalties published in February 2019. These are some of the electoral offenses prescribed by Nigerian law as of December 31, 2018. One is voter registration. Offense there is a registering more than once, unlawful possession of a voter's card, selling or buying of voter's card. But is it just what had been found as happening in some places of Enugu and Ebonyi, and even in Ogun State, voters buying? Penalty is a fine not exceeding 100,000 naira or imprisonment for 1 year or both. Can you imagine? So that is just one of the electoral offenses. What about the rest? Because there are so many. What about electoral violence? Is it here? Have I seen it here? Okay. I've seen a registration more than once, possessing of voter's card, selling or buying of voter's card. What about violence and disruption of election process? What about arson conducted on or carried out on INEC facilities? What about politically motivated murders? What are you going to explain that? Okay. What about a point where people are going to be compromising the INEC computers and INEC BVAS during the election? Now, INEC chairman is already saying that that the raw data of the vote will not be transmitted the same day because the INEC database will be prone to hacking. So when the numbers would have been worked on and changed, is that when you are going to transmit it? They have to be transmitted raw. They have to be transmitted raw. They have to be transmitted raw. Somebody say, watch Labour Party win Lagos. It will shock you. Another say, keep deceiving yourself. You will cry. You will be crying with your Obi that day. Can you imagine? People are just insulting each other. Now I know why Peter Obi will win with landslide victory. Seriously? Yes, landslide victory. That's what somebody's saying. APC is about to rig the election. They are not going to transmit your results, period. That is it. Leave them, let them rig it. Cry, people. Wait till on Sunday before you start crying. Can you imagine? Are the PVCs discovered in the gutters in Imo and once just discovered in the bushes in Inewi, Anambra State, part of the collected ones? Exactly the same question I asked earlier. Okay? There are so many unanswered questions about our PVC. That is true. Exactly what I want to ask. Exactly what I asked earlier before. I am sorry for this. Can you imagine? Somebody is insulting Obi supporters here, even without checking what is happening. Shut up with that your regional politician called Obi. He will not go anywhere. Can you imagine? Yeah? Your shame, they shame me. Indeed, common sense is not common. So that is what INEC chairman is saying, trying to laud himself, trying to laud INEC for doing thinking that they've done a great job, saying that Lagos leads KANO, KADUNA. Lagos has the highest number of voters card collected. Revealed that 87 million people collected their PVCs ahead of this election, out of about 93 million that that card that were printed. So I don't understand. There are so many unanswered questions here, which just like one of the person that commented said, so many unanswered questions around INEC distribution of PVCs in Nigeria. So that's what Mahmoud is saying. Thank you for listening. Let's have your comment for sharing as well.